So howdy folks. Howdy folks. Just getting ready to do some sergeant-at-arms training here today. And just waiting to get a few people in. So what we're going to do is we're going to be doing your sergeant-at-arms questions. So give me some likes and stuff so we can get as many sergeant-at-arms as we can today. We're going to be talking about sergeant-at-arms training for motorcycle clubs. Hey, what's up there? Good to see you. Happy Easter. Happy Easter, everyone. So we're getting ready to do some sergeant-at-arms training. So if you guys can get me some likes in there, we're going to be doing a little bit of sergeant-at-arms training for, our 99%er clubs and stuff that might have questions about the sergeant-at-arms. So this is from my book, The Sergeant-at-Arms Bible. And one of the things I wanted to talk about is the history of the sergeant-at-arms. So I'd like to know if you guys can hear me pretty good. And if so, we're going to kind of just jump into this. So do me a favor and, send me some likes so folks can come in. And the first thing we're going to talk about is like the history of the sergeant-at-arms and where does the sergeant-at-arms comes from. A lot of folks have their thoughts about what a sergeant-at-arms is and where a sergeant-at-arms comes from. And a lot of folks in motorcycle clubs don't really realize like how big the sergeant-at-arms office is. Like every major group has a sergeant-at-arms. Every major kind of organization has a sergeant-at-arms. Much love and respect to you too. Much love and respect to everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. So in my book, The Sergeant-at-Arms Bible, I talk about the origins of the sergeant-at-arms. And one of the things that was really cool for me when I was trying to do some research on the position. We've all seen the position. We've all had great sergeant-at-arms. We've all had these folks that we've followed in the club. And then some of us have seen some pretty lousy sergeant at arms. And it's kind of a mouth to ear thing kind of passed down from person to person. This is actually my second TikTok live for anyone that's asked. This is my second one. Hey man, I appreciate you, man. Thank you for that. Thank you for all the years you taught me over the years, helped me through the 99%. And now I'm on my 1%er journey. Holy moly, man. That's some cool stuff. I appreciate you guys and all the love and support you've given me through the years, buying my books and listening to me talk. Cause there's so many guys that get on this TikTok thing and they just got a whole bunch of noise to talk. And those of us that are trying to make cool things happen, we ain't even listening to that. So anyway, when I started doing the research for this Sergeant-at-Arms book, I was blown away by the history of the Sergeant-at-Arms. So I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about some of the things I found out about the history of Sergeant-at-Arms and where it comes from. I'm going to read to you a little bit out of this, and then we're going to talk about it, whatever questions that you might happen to have. But to further appreciate the strength and responsibility this office wields, the mandate placed heavily upon the shoulders of the soldier sergeant, one would do well to look into the history of the world's sergeant-at-arms. So how did this come about? We talk about the sergeant-at-arms as being a soldier sergeant, meaning that not only is the sergeant-at-arms in charge of people, not only is the sergeant-at-arms the leader, but the sergeant-at-arms is also a person in the field. So whereas a general or an officer a higher kind of an officer would sit back and give orders and the troops would fight. The sergeant at arms is a soldier sergeant. He's in the field with the men as well as being the as well as being a leader. So this universally respected office has roots that reach deeply into the history of brothers combined to achieve one cause in peace as well as in armed conflict. It's from the needs of many to form the one, to come together as their brothers' keepers, that the authority of the sergeant at arms office was forged. Now, in the early days over in Europe, sergeant was spelled Sargentet, and arms was spelled ARMZ. Really kind of cool. SARJ upside down ENT upside down ET. Sergeant arms. Later became sergeant at arms for us. So the job is historied. So what do sergeant at arms do that we see today? Well, one, a sergeant at arms is an official of a legislative or other assembly whose duty includes maintaining order and security. So you will see sergeant at arms in many legislative branches of the military or of Congress or things like that. You will see sergeant at arms there. They have two duties. One duty is order. The other duty is security. Now, historically, in British historical times, a sergeant at arms was a knight or armed officer in the service of a monarch or a lord. So we see that they have a job in order, a job in security, and they also had a job in military service. So a knight or armed officer in the service of the monarch or lord. And then the third thing, sergeant at arms, and I spelled it SERGEANT, sergeant at arms or sergeant at arms, is an officer appointed to a deliberative body, usually a legislature, to keep order during its meetings. The word sergeant is derived from the Latin word servanes, which means servant. So, wow, a sergeant at arms. The word sergeant comes from servanes, which means servant. You're a sergeant at arms, and you're also a servant. You're a servant of the people that you are called upon to lead. It's a very interesting thought process here. The fourth duty is the fourth in line or the third in line to the succession of the presidency of a traditional motorcycle club, whose duties include maintaining order, accountability, and security. And finally, also the sergeant at arms for a motorcycle club conducts the war. So these are the duties, both historically and modern times, and in the motorcycle club. You will find a sergeant at arms at the assemblies, like the legislative branches. You will find them in Congress. You'll find them in the Canadian, House of Lords or whatever they call it there. You will find these sergeant at arms guys doing order and security. You will also find that in historical times, a sergeant at arms was the guy who served as a knight to the monarch. And we see the sergeant at arms as the third in line in succession, or fourth in line, depending on your motorcycle club, in succession to the president. Big stuff. Big stuff this sergeant at arms does. So we look deeper into the origins of the sergeant at arms. The term sergeant held four main definitions. The first definition that sergeant held we're talking about historically, was military rank. You had a rank in the military, right? Also, the second was law enforcement capacity. The third was bodyguard or close personal escort. And the fourth was governmental and an administrative role. In the military, or in the motorcycle club today, in our motorcycle clubs today, we see these four historical definitions applied to the sergeant at arms in a motorcycle club today, a military rank. If your motorcycle club goes to war, it should be the sergeant at arms is the one that's leading it, the strategy and how things should be going. 2, law enforcement capacity within your motorcycle club. Sergeant at arms keeps the rules, keeps the peace, keeps the security, hands out the discipline, runs the trials, collects the colors, knocks a mofo out if he has to, has a law enforcement capacity. The third is a bodyguard or close personal escort. The sergeant at arms is the person on the president's hip, sitting right there looking at him, making sure that he's going to be okay. And finally, governmental and administrative. Sergeant at arms makes sure that the meetings are held correctly, make sure that the administration goes right, that the secretary's on their job, make sure that the meetings start on time, that there's order in the meetings. These are all the duties of the sergeant at arms. So a lot of people think, well, hell, my only duty is to protect the president. Well, no, you're wrong. Well, hell, my only duty is to be lockstep with the president. No, you got way more duties than that. So what is your view on having a sergeant at arms as an enforcer? It just depends on your motorcycle club. Some motorcycle clubs have enforcers, but if you don't have enforcers in your motorcycle club, well, that's what the sergeant at arms is going to do. That would be his job. So technically, the four roles of the sergeant at arms were not mutually exclusive. They were, however, very different in scope and responsibility. When I say not mutually exclusive, I mean that your only job is not to protect the president. Your only job is not to hold meetings. They're not mutually exclusive. They're all the responsibilities of the sergeant at arms. Yet, each one is different in scope and responsibility. You have to have a wide breadth of understanding to be the sergeant at arms of a motorcycle club. So, back to the origins of the sergeant at arms. The soldier sergeant in the British, in the British system, military system, way back when, the soldier sergeant was a man of middle class, fulfilling a junior role to a knight in medieval hierarchy. And again, I say soldier sergeant because not only were you a leader, but you were also a soldier. The soldier sergeant could fight either as a heavy to light cavalry or as a well-trained professional infantry, either as a spearman or a crossbowman. Medieval mercenaries often fell into the sergeant class and were seen as reliable quality troops. The sergeant class was deemed to be worth half of a knight in military value. Though as light or heavy cavalry, they were perhaps worth more than half of a knight because of the heavy expense to equip the knights. So way back when, these guys had they had a warrior class to them. So someone asked me a question. Here's a question. How do you deal with MC division after a vote goes one way and not the other? You go for a ride. You take the brothers on a long ass motorcycle ride of 100 miles or better. You go to a campsite and you pitch camp. And all of the troubles that come up on a motorcycle ride, you work out together. And after the division of that election, you go for a ride and do the things that make you guys happy, which is riding motorcycles together as one. And that helps you get over it quicker. If you don't do that, if you just go from meeting to meeting, phone call to phone call, backbiting to backbiting, phone call, 2 or 3 members pissed off at the other, your club will tear apart from the scene. So after that election, get out and do what you guys love to do. And sometimes they have to share roles depending on the club. Yes, absolutely. Honor and respect to you there, man. I appreciate you. Stones, honor and respect. One brother will not stop undermining the new president, and he's tearing us apart. He's tearing it apart. He's only tearing it apart because you're listening to him. Stop listening. Give him a deaf ear. Stop listening to him. Stop answering the phones. Tell that guy when he calls you up with that bullshit, say, oh, hold on a minute. Stones did what? He stole from the club. Hold on. Hey, Stones, hold on. Okay, I got us all 3 on the line. What were you saying? But that stops it right there. Stops it right there. What's up? What's up, Lissa? All right, so let's talk about the origins of the law enforcement branch of the Sergeant-at-Arms. The class was also used in England to serve the sovereign in a police role, much like a bailiff in more recent times. Initially, personal attendants were assigned to the monarch. They were called sergentes. So we talk, again, about the many jobs of a sergeant-at-arms. The sergentes were charged with providing services like the provision of arrows, fodder, and waiting upon the sovereign at the table. So hell, you were doing a whole lot, including feed the guy. Sergeants were required to be in immediate attendance on the sovereign's person. So this idea of the sergeant-at-arms protecting the president and being with him at all times, it comes from antiquity. It comes from times when these guys were part of the British Royal battle group, part of the knights. They were these medieval mid-level operators, sergentes they were called. And they were the personal protection of the sovereign, the king. They ran around with it. Sup with it. Sup with it, Harley. Look, man, I got my spit blood or talk shit spit blood bracelet on. So they were around. That this is not a new idea that the sergeant-at-arms protects the president. It comes from antiquity. The sergeant-at-arms protected the sovereign and fought the war and led the men. He was a police officer, an administrator, a warrior, a soldier sergeant, and he was also a personal attendant, also looked after the sovereign. This guy was a bad mofo. He was doing it all, man. I want to thank you. I'm a Freemason, and though 2 different worlds, I've learned a lot. Thank you, man. I don't know anything about Freemasonry, I promise you. But if I've taught you anything, I'm just very thankful. So they were called sergentes, and they were charged with providing services like the provision of arrows, fodder, and waiting upon the sovereign at the table. As the responsibilities expanded, trusted sergentes were permanently retained by the monarch and advanced to the rank of sergeants. Sergeants were required to be in immediate attendance on the sovereign's person, specifically charged with arresting treason suspects and traitors, collecting on loans, and pressing men and ships into service. That's something. We need some stuff happening. We need some more conscripts. Sergeant, go press. You see those ships down there? Go press them into service for the monarch and go press those men in the impressing men in the service. Back then, that was a nasty thing. Just like when you send your sergeant at arms out to go get them colors back. They've been doing this stuff for a while. For hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of years. Sup, Hotlanta? They've been doing this a while. This ain't new. It might be new to you, but it ain't new to them. It ain't new to what they've been doing. You guys make sure to get me some likes in here so we can get some more sergeants that need to learn this stuff. We need to bring some more sergeants in here. Make sure to get me those likes so we can get more folks on here. Get this knowledge that we're trying to give out here. This is free, man. We're just giving this out. So, sergeants arrested treason suspects. You know, you can commit treason in the club. And who do we send? We send the sergeant at arms out to get you. They were specifically charged with arresting traitors. We call them snitches today. But the sergeant at arms got the snitches. They collected loans. We call it, hey, you're late on your dues. But the sergeant at arms collected those loans. Thank you for that, Rose. Whoever sent that, appreciate you. They collected them loans and impressed men and ships in the service, and they served as local administrators, much like modern day constables. So the king had this dude that at wartime fought at the position of half a knight. But when they were light armored cavalry, they were worth more than half a knight because it cost so much money to outfit a knight. You could have, 15 sergeant at arms running around or sergeantes for the cost of one knight. They were really, really bad booty, hardcore fucking dudes, man. Getting on down. So this is what sergeant at arms have done since antiquity. They've held the club down. Why is a sergeant at arms that doesn't know his job? Hey man, my only job is to protect the president. Bro, go read something. And this stuff I put in this book, I didn't make this up. I researched this stuff. I found it out there. What have sergeant at arms done since antiquity? Wow, they're doing a whole hell of a lot of that right now in the motorcycle club. They got a big job, man. So let's look at the origins of the sergeant at arms as a bodyguard. So we looked at the origins of the sergeant at arms as a soldier, the origins of the sergeant at arms in the military, the origins of the sergeant at arms as law enforcement. Let's look at the origins of the sergeant at arms as a bodyguard. Since they do that now, right? They bodyguard the president, the national president, all the VIPs. Even old lifers like me might get a sergeant at arms walking next to us. So the sergeant at arms constitute the oldest royal bodyguard in England, dating from the time of King Richard around 1189, as a formed body and close personal escort. The title Sergeant at Arms appears during the Crusades in the reign of King Philip II of France in 1192. Richard I had 24 sergeants with him on the Crusades. In 1278, they were formed into a 20-strong corps of sergeants at arms by King Edward I and served as a mounted close escort. In 1399, King Richard II limited the corps to 30 sergeants, and King Charles II had 16. The number was reduced to 8 in 1685, and since then has gradually declined. But, like in 1278, that cat was running around with 30 of them. 1192, 24 of them. Close personal sergeants that had been running with these guys next to the king to protect him at all costs. This is the history of a sergeant at arms as a bodyguard. That's where it comes from. Thank you about that comment about my beard. I appreciate it. Every now and then I actually shave it and get it right. This is the history. So there is a history in antiquity all the way back to 1192 for the job of the sergeant at arms. There's a history behind this. You ain't just doing this, bro. People have been doing this since the time of King Richard. They've been looking out for the MC, the monarchy, the crown, and now the MC. So we'll now look at the origins of the sergeant at arms in government. Because the sergeant at arms in the MC is part of the government. He's part of the top five. He's part of the executive council. He meets with the president, vice president, sergeant at arms. At least the top three meet. They form the basis of what moves the direction of the MC. But for the sergeant at arms, he's not new to this. This is something they've been doing for a long time. So let's look at the origin of the sergeant at arms in government. The formal role of a modern governmental administrative sergeant at arms in legislative bodies is to keep order during meetings, and if necessary, and you guys may have seen this before in your clubs, if necessary, forcibly remove any members who are overly rowdy or disruptive. Like, you don't get to come to the meeting and show your ass. Hey, what's up, Germany, man? God bless y'all as well. So you don't get to just come to the meeting and be who the heck you want to be. You're going to come to the meeting and we're all going to, get along because we got this meeting to conduct. So, if necessary, they will forcibly remove any members who are overly rowdy or disruptive. The sergeant at arms performs a number of administrative and custodial duties, but their jobs can still put them in harm's way. Just as if they were still soldier sergeants on the medieval battlefields, because of one of their primary responsibilities is ensuring the safety and security of the legislative bodies they serve. In fact, in 2014, Canadian Parliament Sergeant at Arms Kevin Vickers fearlessly engaged in a gunfight with a cowardly terrorist that attacked the Canadian House of Commons in a hellstorm of gunfire after murdering Canadian soldier Corporal Nathan Cirillo, who was standing guard at Canada's War Memorial. Vickers acted heroically along with Royal Canadian Mounted Police Constable Curtis Barrett, who eliminated the cowardly terrorists together. Vickers, who had previously been a Royal Mounted Canadian Police Constable for 29 years, attaining the rank of Chief Superintendent, transferred into that soldier sergeant of yesteryear instantly, risking his life to protect the legislative family under his charge. He was awarded with the Star of Courage, along with 6 others involved in bringing the incident under control. 8 others were awarded the Medal of Bravery, so it is clear to see that the sergeant at arms, even in his governmental legislative capacity, has many duties above and beyond that for which he is typically known, which is organizing meetings, following protocols, keeping members in order, and protecting the MC. Sergeant at Arms, man. So, some of the places you'll find Sergeant at Arms other than an MC is the United Kingdom Governmental House. In 1415, the British House of Commons received its first Sergeant at Arms. Since then, the sergeant has been a royal appointment as one of the sovereign sergeants at arms responsible for certain administrative and custodial functions, as well as security within the chamber of the House. The United States government, the first Congress in 1789 through 1791, adapted many of the traditions of the colonial parliamentary bodies and the British Parliament, including the inclusion of the Sergeant at Arms office. The formal role of the Sergeant at Arms in modern U.S. legislative bodies is to keep order during meetings, if necessary, forcibly remove any members who are overly rowdy or disruptive, compel senators or representatives to attend sessions they are boycotting. Yes, the Sergeant at Arms can come get your ass and make you come to the meeting. Also, the Sergeant at Arms in United States government can arrest individuals who violate Senate or House rules, and they provide security for the legislative assemblies. This is an office for Sergeant at Arms for both legislative bodies. So, we took a look at some of the positions of the Sergeant at Arms of antiquity all the way up into modern times. We even looked at the fact that the Sergeant at Arms is the doorkeeper of the Senate. The Sergeant at Arms is also at the House of Representatives. The Sergeant at Arms in other countries, such as Australia, Bangladesh, Canada, New Zealand, South Africa, Sri Lanka, and others, they all have Sergeant at Arms. The position of the Sergeant at Arms is popular today in all types of organizations, including fraternities, sororities, social clubs, Masonic lodges, charities, law enforcement bodies, motorcycle clubs, and many others. The position still bears the hallmark of confidence, wisdom, and safety that it has since medieval times of the soldier sergeant employed in the service of his lord. Today, Sergeant at Arms is used mostly to enforce bylaws, protocols, and traditions in his organizations. They are also used to enforce their institutions' accountability systems. Like these are the cats that are gonna, screw you up if you get written up or something like that in your club. These kinds of administrative duties are standard among modern Sergeant at Arms, but of course, in MC brotherhoods and other brotherhoods, they still slightly have that element, where they'll jump in and get you. Hey, brother, good to see you today. Love and much respect, Prez Blinky. T-Bars, Rally Club, good to see you, man. So that was my brief run-through of the Sergeant at Arms. And I'm here to answer any questions you might have as we move forward, if you have any questions. So, what do you want to know? Sergeant at Arms training right now. What do you want to know? Uh-oh. I swiped the wrong way. What did I do? There we are. My day's going great, man. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for asking. I appreciate it. You watch my YouTube all the time, man. That's really cool. I appreciate that. Thanks for shining a light on the Sergeant at Arms. Absolutely, man. We wanted to do that. We wanted to make sure you guys kind of did that. Got that information. So I'm just here to answer whatever questions you guys might have for the Sergeant at Arms. Awesome info as always, Black Dragon. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate it. This is my second TikTok. And it's actually my second TikTok. If I invite you to go live, I have to unconnect my speaker because it takes over the whole thing. Let's see. How do you establish a relationship with a dominant pre-cross-country trip? So that what you really should do is go through your own dominant, the one that you went through to get your blessing. Like you're getting ready to go on a cross country trip, and you want to make sure that you have all your I's dotted and your T's crossed. You want to make sure that it's probably easiest to go through your COC or your own dominant. They will have the connections across the country to show you or make the phone calls or tell you who you need to call or who you need to contact when you get out there. That's a lot easier than trying to do it yourself. This is why it's important to maintain a good relationship with the diamond that blessed you. You know, it's important to do that. So that way, when you need them, they can help you with certain things like that. But whatever you do, you don't want to just like be out there, just like traveling, wearing your colors in places that, you could just be stopped and asked a bunch of crazy questions. Like if you got a motorcycle club that has chapters all over the country, you're doing a lot better. But someone says not always easy when you're going through opposing clubs' territories. So 99% of clubs shouldn't have opposing clubs. You should just be able to ride. That's why you're a 99%er. But yeah, sometimes you got to take them damn colors off and put them in your bag to ride safely. I'm doing great today. You are correct unless you have been on the set and have made connections on your own. If you've made connections on your own and you know folks and you're good wherever you go because you know people wherever you go. I'm sending a large size pizza your way for free. I'll take it. Love to have it. What's up? Hey, what's up with you? 0% all day. What's up, Prez Blinky? I see you, man. So yeah, if you've created your own contacts out there, then you're fine. You're moving, you're flowing, and that's what you should be doing. So we're talking about Sergeant-at-Arms today, stuff like that, whatever questions you might have. Just make sure to hit me up. An interesting thing happened to me. I got my first video taken down, and that was like crazy. This guy's been messing with me for forever, calling me all these names, and I flamed him, and he reported me. That I was like, wow, you're the guy that's been coming over here messing with me. I'm just from a club in northern Michigan. What's up, Just? Welcome to the show, man. Biological Sons SC. Thank you for tuning in, bro. Appreciate you. You guys make sure to give me some likes so we can get more folks in here that want to ask them Sergeant-at-Arms questions. That's what we're doing today. Sergeant-at-Arms, or anything else you guys might want to ask me. Shittiest part is I'm in the military police, but honestly want to join the 1%. Saddening I can't. Yeah. That's, yeah. Yeah, most 1%ers ain't, yeah. No. Unfortunately. Enforcers, MC Florida, good to see you. Fast Lane Riders, Motorcycle Club, Sergeant-at-Arms, I've learned a lot from you. I appreciate it, man. I absolutely appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks for listening. I've held every position in my club. I love your content. The infamous Frankenstein. Hey, man. Love it, man. Thank you. Black Dragon Biker TV, how's it going? Herbie from Shocker. Protecting battered women. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for Man, I just so thankful for my PBW followers, man. I didn't know I was going to get a whole nation. NVB Punishers rather. LEMC, good to see you, man. I have the biggest respect for all one percenters. That's cool. That's cool. My advice is stay with an LE club. You must be talking to the guy who wanted to join a one percenter club. The LE club will be better suited for your history. Have you ever had a sergeant at arms get out of line and cause problems with another club? Absolutely. Which is why I do this video, because if you're a sergeant at arms, you're responsible to keep your club safe. And if you don't understand your responsibilities, then you get out there and you're drunk or you do something stupid. And it's really bad for the club when the president, sergeant at arms, or vice president screws up, because those are the guys that are supposed to know. And your club doesn't get a lot of acceptance. Other clubs and dominant clubs and diamond clubs can be a bit forgiving for stupid members that don't know what they're doing, but they're not as forgiving if the president, VP, and sergeant at arms don't know what they're doing. And that's the problem. That could be a major problem for you. Danny D'Lo, I keep pressing the invite button, and it doesn't let you in. I don't know why it's not letting you in. What's the problem? Have you ever had a sergeant? Yeah, your knowledge has been helping me understand a lot. Well, thank you, man. That's why we're trying to put some stuff out here. Danny, I keep hitting the invite button. What's wrong? Why isn't it not letting you in? For all cop clubs, correct. I won't drink when we're out on the as the sergeant at arms. I won't drink when we're out or have company at the clubhouse. That's right. That's what you're supposed to do. Would the sergeant at arms be considered an enforcer, or is that a completely different position? So an enforcer we normally see in 1% motorcycle clubs. The sergeant at arms does it all unless he has enforcers. Then they do the enforcer thing, and he does the sergeant at arms thing. But a sergeant at arms can absolutely play the position of an enforcer if your motorcycle club doesn't have any enforcers. What do you think of all the moves going on? Some advice to the sergeant at arms keeping up on all the moves. What moves? Tell me what you mean by the moves. I can definitely relate to a lot on your President's Bible. Thanks for writing it. Man, I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Thank you for buying it, and thank you for reading it. Would the sergeant at arms be considered? Okay. As the sergeant at arms, okay, I already read that. The mind is not right. You will know. I'm not the biggest fan of law enforcement clubs. Rather stick with, is this combat vets? I'm not sure what CVMA is. Sergeant at arms has to answer for his actions to his club officers and executive board. He does. Except mine. I did. I hit accept the whole time. Danny, how do I accept yours? You know I don't. I love your advice, but I gotta kickstands up. See you later. See you later. Combat Veteran Motorcycle Association. Yes, combat vets. I never knew what the whole thing. I always hear them called combat vets, so I wasn't sure what the whole thing was. A lot of motorcycle clubs teaming up against one another, against other MCs. It is getting hard to keep up on who is teaming up with whom. So what do I think about it? I mean, I say it in my Black Dragon Biker TV news section every day. I mean, if we keep this up, it's going to be like Australia. They're going to make rules and laws that keep us from being together. Period. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out, Danny, how to get you in here. Is this something? Oh, okay, connect. Hold on. Does that do something, Danny? Ah, okay, let me.
What up? What up? Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, so now I can't use my microphone. So do I sound differently?
Yeah, you do. You sound way differently now. That's
Okay.
why I took a minute to accept your shit because I had to grab my headphones and get all set up real quick.
So you weren't accepting it. I knew I was pressing the button. I couldn't understand. Sergeant Arms Bible of
Yeah.
yours was on point and taught me a lot. Once I became president, I handed down your book. I appreciate that, but make them buy their own.
Hey, much respect to you too, Prez Blinky.
I'm in a law enforcement motorcycle club. I hold no ill will against any MC and will be more than happy to ride with them, any of them. Yes, absolutely.
Nah, I'm good. You
Hey,
ain't
man,
riding with me. What up, man? How you doing today?
pretty good. How are you?
I'm all right. I slept all day like a straight bum. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I woke up like about an hour ago.
You
I was
were
up
a
all.
you were a sergeant at arms in a one percenter club.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what was that like?
Um, it was a job. It was just a job, you know. What's up, geek? What's good with you, brother? It was a job, man. You know, it's one of them things that you're either made for it or you're not. You know, like I saw a question earlier talking about, a sergeant at arms stepping on the line. Obviously, he wasn't made for that job. He didn't know what that job was. Unfortunately, I think guys, we've all seen it, and I know you've definitely seen it in your time. Guys want these titles, man, but they don't know what comes behind that title. And everybody wants to be the enforcer, the sergeant at arms, because that guy's the big brute of the club, right? But they don't understand the job of it. The job is not to be a hard ass, not to be a tough guy, and not to go around slamming everybody's heads up against the wall. It's about keeping your chapter safe, your president safe, all your brothers whole. Not letting you guys walk into a bad situation. I mean, there's a lot that goes into that job. It's not all about just being Billy Badass.
Absolutely, man.
Hey, much respect to everybody that keeps throwing my name out here. I'm just kind of seeing it a little bit. Much respect to y'all, man. What's good with you, Geek? I see my boy Geeks up in here.
Hey, good one on you, man. Buy you the President's Bible. That's cool. Danny, what are your top 5 tips for being an effective sergeant at arms?
Um, 5 tips. I would say the number one tip is realize if the job's for you or not. Actually do some research, talk to your brother or not. You know, actually do some research, talk to your brothers, sergeant at arms in your club, and if you got multiple chapters, talk to them and see what, talk to them and see what works and see what they do, One of the other key, don't be that tough guy, man. The tough guy, even if you are a real tough guy, there's somebody out there tougher than you. So it's not about being tough, it's about being smart, you know. Um, Another one is always watch out for your whole chapter. It ain't just watching out for your president, it's watching for your whole chapter. And don't allow your chapter or your P to walk into a situation that could get a little messy. If you guys are going to a bar, send a prospect, send a hang around, send one of the lower ranked members or whatever, send them to the bar or the event or whatever, and scope some shit out with no colors on. You know, just scope it out, see who's there, see who's doing what. Um, and just, have that bird's eye view on stuff, That's about the best tips I can give without getting too far into stuff.
Absolutely. What are your best tips for keeping the president secure?
Best tips for what?
Keeping the president secure. See, my sound is screwed up.
Oh, yeah, now it is, I know, because you had to unplug your mic. To keep your president secure, just plain and simple, man. Watch his back. Stay with him at all times. Don't let him walk up into a mess. Don't let a mess walk up into him.
Now, what if you're that sergeant at arms, right?
Hey, I gotta read exactly what my boy Geek just said. Stay humble and remember, brother is the highest title. Man, that's real talk right there. Real talk, brother. Real talk. That is exactly right. I've never understood guys in clubs that they call their president, but they call everybody else brother. Your prez is still your brother too, man. He just holds the title. He's got the last say so in a lot of things. But other than that, that's still your brother. That's your highest brother, but that's still your brother. So I agree 100%. I got to point that out. Go ahead, bro. What'd you say?
So what do you do when you have a president that is so arrogant he's not going to listen to you? He doesn't feel like he needs your help. He's right out there riding by himself. He's go where he wants to go, and every time you look around, this guy's running off from security. What do you do about that?
You bring that up at a meeting one time, and that's the only time you bring it up. You bring it up one time at a meeting at church, and you guys discuss that, and after that, if he still does it, then it's time to take a vote. It's time to, as a sergeant at arms. See, this is the thing. People don't understand how much power the sergeant at arms has. The sergeant at arms really runs the whole club, the whole chapter. Initially, if you got a president that just wants to be Billy Badass and do whatever he wants, obviously he wasn't made for that job. So now it's time to call for a vote of no confidence. And then you get to do your job for real again, and push his ass out the door. Man. I've seen that happen too. I've seen that happen a couple times. Seen that happen a few times. Not me personally doing it, but I've seen it happen. Or one day you got this guy who he's a president of this chapter and he's a bad mofo, and then 2 weeks later you see him and he's a prospect. And then the quiet guy that didn't really speak much, now all of a sudden he's got that title. It's like, oh, okay, I see what happened here. I don't need to know the story, but I know the story.
No, I saw a guy go from president to prospect back to president.
Oh, shit.
All the way back up.
That was a hard-working brother right there.
Yeah, he couldn't let it go, man. And
hey, sometimes you gotta learn your lesson. You gotta, you get served a little piece of humble pie. You gotta eat it and learn from it, and then crawl your ass back up to the top. Hopefully, you learned something through that process.
Somebody said I have a few buddies, and 1% I myself am not, due to being an MP. I got their 6 no matter what. Yeah, unfortunately, some of those job decisions kind of put you out of the running for things. What do you do with a weak sergeant at arms, Danny? Wow, that's a good question.
I'll tell you what I did. I'll tell you exactly what I did, because this dude's a punk and I can't wait to say it. What I did with a weak SA is I whooped his ass and took his patch, because that's what shows who's a SA and who ain't. That's what I did. But that depends on the kind of club you're in too.
Yeah, you're gonna beat the SA up, man. I mean, is the SA supposed to be the baddest guy? Is he supposed to be able to whoop anybody in the club?
No, no. That goes back to saying that, it's not about being a tough guy, but it is part of it. Let's be real here. Part of being a good SA is is not being a badass, but being strong and strength. And you better be able to handle your own, because if you can't protect me, if I can beat you up, how do I expect you to protect me? That's kind of how I would look at it. So I mean, it's not about that, but there are times where sometimes things get challenging. I'll tell you the story with my SA, with my old SA. First of all, this dude was a crackhead. So number one, I had no respect for this punk at all. And for two, we're out and about, we're at a bar and we're kicking it, and the police are everywhere, of course. And the police are coming through the parking lot, and this guy starts flipping them off, calling them pigs and F you and all this stuff, right? And I'm like, yo, dude, what are you doing, bro? You don't even know who's with us right now. We got felons with us that got guns on them and stuff, dude. Like, you know, all you're doing is begging them to come over here and harass us and mess with us. And I literally I smacked him upside the head. And then the next church, I took his patch. Let's just say that I took his shit, and then that's how I became the SA, because I was like,
Yeah, okay.
what's that?
I was gonna say, is that how you became sergeant at arms?
Yeah, that's how I became the SA, because and it wasn't about that I smacked him or just took his shit. It was about that. It was what I said at our church. I said, you know what, man? I'm like, you're the SA, bro. You're representing us. And when you're going to put us in, you're supposed to take us out of a situation like that, not put us in a situation like that. So you putting our brothers in harm's way with the police that could potentially, be in, they might have a little weed on them. They might have a gun on them they're not supposed to have. They might have a knife on them they're not supposed to have. I mean, it could be a multitude of stuff that they might not supposed to be doing right now. And here you are you're putting the spotlight right on them with the police. Like, what's the matter with you, dude? You don't do that. Look, I don't like, I'm not a big fan of the police. I don't hate police, but I'm not a fan of them. And I definitely don't like LEMC. Fuck them. But if the police are cruising the parking lot, man, and they wave at you, wave back. Say, hey, how you doing? Be safe out there, guys. You know, don't give them that dirt on us. You know what I'm saying? Don't give them a reason to mess with us. Because, like I said, that particular day, we had 3 guys with us that had some iffy backgrounds, and I already knew that at least one of them may allegedly have had something on him. And I'm like, yo, bro, you're gonna get one of our brothers hemmed up and jammed up and get him put back in the joint because you want to be a cool guy. Nah, bro, screw that.
So someone asked us, should a sergeant at arms be a diplomat? What do you think?
Yes. Yes, I believe so. I mean, like I said, being a real, true sergeant at arms, you have to be a bit of everything. You have to have a very open mind. You have to have a very calm mind. And yeah, sometimes you do got to be a diplomat. Sometimes you do got to be a politician. Sometimes, there's so many different levels to it.
I think that sergeant at arms are less diplomatic than they should be. They're more black and white guys. They're more kind of it is what it is.
Right.
You get more of a straight answer from a humble sergeant than a president who really has to be a diplomat. A sergeant at arms, in my opinion,
Yep.
can roll back and say, well, hey, this is what the bylaws say, this is what we're going to do. A president
Yep.
gets more picky. Well, this is what the bylaws mean, or something like that. But a sergeant at arms absolutely has to be a diplomat when he's dealing with other clubs. You got to know how to move and what to do. With a sergeant at arms, if the police did stop but only wanted him, no one else, how would y'all feel about that?
um, yeah. Uh, there would be a church called immediately that night. That's all I can say. Good question, though. Good
Yeah,
question. But
yeah,
I'm not.
yeah.
I'm not going to give a full entitled answer to that. But that's a good question.
Better
I've
him
seen.
than no, absolutely not. No.
I've seen that before, though. You get pulled over and the cops walk right up to one guy. And they're like, "Hey, well, let's come over." But you know what? So here's the thing too that I've seen a lot. I've seen the police do little bullshit tricks like that too, because that'll get a whole charter riled up real quick, and now everybody got something to say because they mad as hell because they're like, "Hey man, what's up with this shit?" You know, and the police, they're just playing a good trick on you, so you just got to be smart, man. Don't say a damn thing on the side of the road. You ain't got shit to say. We'll talk about this at church. You damn sure believe that. And we're going straight to church right now. Like as soon as we get done with this jam, we're going straight to the clubhouse to have a chat.
What do you guys think of Sons of Anarchy? For me, I love the show. I watched every damn episode. I didn't watch it until the last season though. But when I really realized what it was, the first several years I didn't even think about it. And then one day I saw one, and I went and got my Netflix account and watched every damn one. So I was mad when he rode off into the sunset like this. Like this, that was the most stupid ending in the world.
I you know what? Me personally, I thought it was a TV show. That's what it was. I think too many people definitely took way too much from that TV show. It was just, and it was entertainment. I mean, you know, if you guys remember correctly that watched it, it was on during the cold months of the year. So at least here in the Midwest, so it gave us something to watch with a motorcycle in it, you know. So I laugh at the guys that, oh, I wouldn't watch that crap. Shut up! You watched every episode. Don't even lie.
Well,
How would you know about it? You know, I did too. I watched every episode, dude. I swear to God, bro. Like when it first came on, it was still cold out. Well, it wasn't cold, but it was chilly at night. Dude, we would go to the bar down the street and they used to put it on the TV for us, and we would sit in the back corner of the bar and watch the episode and have a couple of drinks and kick it and have some food. Like it was something to do, man.
Yeah. I
I didn't get into Mayans though. I watched 2 episodes of Mayans and I was like, I'm good.
It was kind of slow for me, the Mayans. I didn't really. They kind of developed slowly, so I tried to do it. I was going to actually do a weekly Mayans thing, and I just didn't. Actually do a weekly Mayans thing, and I just didn't. Yeah. But I can remember. God dang, that is cool, man! Like I want my motorcycle club to look like that. And then they had the stuff. I was like, oh, I know what's going on there. You know,
Let me ask you something, Dragon. So this is something that I'm doing in one of my videos. You know, me and you and all of us that do this stuff, we've all heard millions of people, including like this guy, what do you think of Sons of Anarchy, right? And a lot of guys, a lot of the old heads especially, but a lot of guys, period, in the MC world, will right away throw out there, oh, you know, thanks to that stupid TV show, thanks to that stupid TV show, we got all these wannabes in the MC now, and you know, and trying to join motorcycle clubs and all that. And is, well, what's that say about Easy Rider, the movie? How many guys watched the movie Easy Rider and said, dude, that's what I want to do. I want to be a fucking biker. I mean, it's the same concept, just a different generation. What do you think about that?
So I happen to be in that interesting position because when the Black Motorcycle Club set had just about died, I did a movie called Biker Boys, in which I was a technical advisor and technical. I watched that one movie revive the entire black biker set. There are so many thousands of dudes that have come up to me and said, Biker Boys is the reason that I even got into motorcycles in the first place. So
Yep.
I've taken good and bad. Like, people have been like, you are responsible for how effed up the black biker set is, and and then other guys have been like, well, you are responsible. I'm not responsible for anything. I made a damn movie.
Right.
I made a movie about our life, the way that we did things, and the fun that we had. And some of it was Hollywood. Like the guy said, no motorcycle club gets out of all that trouble. Like, sometimes I'd be like, I killed an FBI agent last week too. And wow,
Right.
you made one disappear this week. And
Hey, I ain't gonna bullshit, bro. I was a 1%er in one of the big four, and let me find out that my prez killed a couple FBI agents. I'm gone. I'm gone, bro. I'm done. I'm laying my rags down. I'll see y'all later. I'm selling my bike. I'm gonna go buy a boat. Nope. I'm gonna be in shorts and a flip flop next weekend, bro. I'm done. I'm out of here because I already know where this fucking thing's going.
where this boat gets off at, like when they killed the female, that was a woman too, and she was half cute. Man, they would have taken the whole club out. But
yeah, that should be crazy to me.
It was fun though. I was like, all of this couldn't happen to one motorcycle club. They took like 1,000.
They took every news clipping from 1950 to 2000 and whatever when the show started, and they put them all in one episode.
Dumped it on one club, man, and they had some of the coolest concepts, like when they burned the tattoo off of the guy. He's like, well, yeah, but what really happens is we just ask the guy to cover him up. But I imagine somewhere in the world somebody burned the tattoo off of one guy.
It's happened. It's happened. Let's just say I've Googled it and I've read about it. Yeah, it's definitely happened. But you're right though. It doesn't happen very. Most of the time, when a guy gets thrown out of a club, he is way too scared to be like, screw you guys. Most of the time they're just like, yo, man, I don't want no problems no more. I already know what these guys are capable of because I've been there and done that with them. So let me go on ahead and put a flower over this diamond, or let me go ahead and put a pirate over my tattoo real quick and cover this shit up. In
my club, you couldn't get that tattoo until you had been in at least, I think it was 5 years, 7 years.
That's the way it should be. You know what? A lot of clubs used to be that way, and now I've noticed that things have changed because I've seen some guys that I've seen a couple of them that were in my former club that, like, within a year, they had their diamond already, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, I didn't even ask about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I got a lot of time to kill before I get to that point. Hey, can I put a diamond on? So yeah, I guess it depends on the club, but a lot of clubs are that way. You got to be in for a certain. I remember one club. I'm not gonna say which one, but I remember one was you got to be in for a full year in order to. I believe in order to get the club name put on you anywhere, and then you had to be in for 5 years in order to get the full patch put on, like on your arm or a diamond. And you had to earn that diamond at that point too. And then you had to be in, I think, for 5 or 10 years in order to put the back patch tattoo on you.
Right. As it should be. As it should be.
No.
Somebody said, who cried when Opie died?
Shit, I didn't.
I hated to see that guy.
It was a freaking... Come on, bro. This is what I want to ask all you guys watching. Who did you guys think was the real biker in that TV show? Who was the one guy that was the real biker? Like he was the real deal. Like he reminded you of every brother in your club. I see you, Dark Soul. I'll read it when I get out of here, bro. I think Bobby was the real biker, the real old school biker. He was the one that reminded me of a biker.
I like that.
Bobby was he was dirty, he was messy, he was all messed up. And then every now and then you'd catch him with some fucking straight up hooker or some shit. Like he was the shit, man. Whoever said Chibs, are you serious? Ain't nobody in my chapter gonna be messing with some dude, bro.
Oh
Stop
God.
it.
Did you see that?
Stop it. Stop it.
Real wild turns in the end there.
Hey, that was some weird shit, man. And what was even more weirder is, I don't know, she was kind of pretty. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I was confused.
Yeah.
What she used to say? What did that dude used to say? I'm a Southern belle. Oh shit. Hey, when she said that, I said, shit, you sure are. Look at you. Oh my God.
Yeah. Chick took some. And some of the killings on there, like when they burned Tick's daughter in front of him, like, you know.
Man, that was some crazy shit.
That movie, that whole thing was absolutely crazy. It just kept you on your seat, like, wow, they just burned his daughter in front of him. Like, dude, how do you
right?
What do you like? What's next?
yeah, no shit, man. That was crazy.
So,
but see, I looked at some of that where, yeah, you know, it was all bullshit, but some of it had some meaning behind it, though. You know, because guys have given up everything for their club. You know, and that's what I took from that part. You know, there's guys that gave up their families, their old lady, their kids. You know, they gave up everything to be in the club because the club life was them. It was their family. You know, so you can take it what you want to take from it. You know.
So somebody asked what's it going to take for 1% and 99% clubs to get along. You know, I don't know. I don't know that men will ever get along. Alpha men, I don't know if they'll ever come by y'all. But it's absolutely a conversation we should continue to have.
Well, that's something that I've actually been having, and I did a video on that. You will never see me, and it really is just a word, but to me, you know, I always say you will never see complete unity between the clubs. It's not going to happen. All right. Like Dragon just said, we're alpha males. We're always going to have an attitude. We're always going to challenge each other because that's just what we do as men. But there can be peace. And that's what I ask for. That's what I call for. Why can't we have peace between all the clubs? You got 3 of the big 4 clubs right now that are at peace, and they got a treaty going, all right, and it's working. Everybody hanging with each other, everybody kicking it, riding, doing their thing. I call for peace with everybody else. Why not sit down, make amends, and say enough is enough? You know, it's not about, for me, it's not about holding hands and singing Kumbaya. That's never gonna happen. Never gonna happen. But call for peace, sit down, mend them fences, and then once you get to that point, now make amends with yourselves and say, all right, look, this is going to happen because that's the reason why all these treaties have been broke, and that's the reason why these wars are continuing. It's over some sloppy ass fucking old hag that nobody gave a shit about, but because of the principles involved, now you mad. So when some old lady goes and breaks bad and messes with some brother in another club, whoop his ass. Don't make it a chapter thing. Don't make it a national thing. You two go over there, handle your business, and that's it. It's done and it's over, you know? Don't start shooting each other and going crazy. Like, that's all I ask for. I'm calling for peace with everybody, man. I mean, I'm not going to say it's going to happen, but, you know, that's my mind frame on it, man. You know, these beefs have been going on forever and a day, and it's over the silliest, dumbest, stupidest shit. And we have lost good, solid brothers, whether they got killed, whether they're doing life in the joint or doing 15 piece or 20 piece. Man, aren't we tired of losing good brothers? Aren't we tired of watching our backs when we're out and about riding? Aren't we tired yet? Like, the shit is fucking, it's gotten played out. It's old, man. We're done. Most of us are done. And most of the guys that are in the big 1% clubs feel the same way, but they'll only tell you privately. They won't stand up. So that's what I'm asking for and calling for in my videos now is, you know what? If you a dominant, if you in a 1% club, and this is how you feel, you're tired of this bullshit, then at the next church, stand your motherfucking ass up. You know, the main thing in the 1% world is we always say, you know, the main thing in the 1% world is we always say we are a man before we're anything. What's time to be a man? Man up. Stand your ass up. I'm tired of going over here to this bar because we think those dudes might be there. Fuck that bar. I want to go somewhere else. You know, I'm done, man. I don't want the drama. Like, if more guys would do that, man, we'd be in a lot better shape. But everybody's got to stand up together, man. You can't keep doing this shit privately. You know.
Absolutely.
What's up, DMF?
Yeah, you know, hopefully that message will start to take effect, man. Hopefully that message will.
I mean, you know, it's a dream. You know, it doesn't mean it's gonna happen. Like I say, man, you know, a lot of guys call for unity, and I get it, and really, it's just a word at the end of the day. But I'm never gonna say that there's gonna be complete unity between all the clubs. That's not gonna happen. We're not all gonna be friends. We're not all gonna hang out and sing kumbaya. It's not gonna happen. You know, like you said, like I say, you know, we're all alpha males. We're always gonna challenge each other, and it just is what it is. It comes with the territory, you know. But there's no reason why we can't have straight up peace. You know, I don't, you know what? You don't need to wave at me when I ride past you. But a simple look over and not no attitude is enough respect for me. Or just ride past me like you don't know me. I'm good with that too. But you don't have to flip a bitch and turn around and come back on me like you a badass. Or me do the same thing because, oh, you're wearing those colors or, you know, whatever. Like, no, man. No, we can't be doing that.
Absolutely. Well, hell, man, I've been on here for a while. We've been answering questions about the Sergeant at Arms. We got off for a little bit on Sons of Anarchy. That was kind of cool. But if you guys got some more Sergeant at Arms questions, we're going to do that for a couple minutes before we get out of here. Any more Sergeant at Arms questions? What we did today is we took a look at some of the things in my book, The Sergeant at Arms Bible. We looked at the history of the Sergeant at Arms, where the Sergeant at Arms, all the way back to antiquity, man. They had Sergeant at Arms fighting for the British Crown back in the 1300s. I mean,
oh, no kidding! Wow,
how long these Sergeant at Arms have been here.
That's great knowledge right there.
So this idea of the sergeant is not something new to motorcycle clubs or germane to motorcycle clubs. And I mean, there are sergeant at arms in legislative bodies. They're all over the place. But in we first see the term sergeant at arms in 1192, King Philip II of France. Richard I had 24 sergeant at arms with him on the Crusades. In 1278, they were formed into a 22-strong corps of sergeant at arms by King Edward I. So these sergeant at arms dudes have been around since the 1100s. Is that not
wow?
cool?
That's crazy.
Doing the same things that we do today. They had a law enforcement function inside the club. They were the cop of the club. They had an administrative function to make sure the meetings and all these things went.
Uh-oh. He gone.
How the hell is the
now
Amber
you
Alert
back.
going to take this?
Oh, you getting an Amber Alert?
Yeah, some somebody stole somebody's kid, unfortunately. Prayers go out for them.
Hey, Dark Soul, you have a good Easter too, bro.
Yeah, Dark Soul, have a good Easter, man. I'm actually gonna do more readings of my book, Somebody Asked, and some more things like this. Should everyone who holds an elected or appointed position have clean driving and background check?
Everybody in the club should have that.
I don't know if that's possible. But if you can't ride a bike, though, I mean, if you don't have a license to ride, well, I don't know. I know so many brothers don't have their motorcycle endorsement. It's sad, and that's really the sergeant at arms. I mean, the road captain's responsibility to make sure everybody's got their M. Because one bad driving record can get us all. One dude pulled over.
That used to be a biggest rule, especially in the 1% world, man. And that's one of the biggest rules. You better have an M license. You better have insurance on your bike, and you better have no warrants. If your ass got a warrant, man, stay home today, bro, because we gotta go somewhere.
You're gonna get us all over.
I mean, sometimes, if you had a questionable brother, but he was just such a good brother, we'll put you in the middle of the pack, try to keep you away from traffic and plate readings, but that's about it. Yeah. I mean, as far as a clean black background check, I mean, it depends on what you define as clean. Like the only thing we look for in any club, really, the only thing we look for is, as long as you ain't got no kids stuff, as long as you ain't beating on your girl, you're good to go, bro. And no snitching. Yeah. No CI shit. Yeah. Have you got some closed records on your shit? Yeah, you better be able, because if it ain't, no, you gotta go, dog. But that's about it. Like I said, define clean. Driving record, yeah, you should always have a motorcycle license. Always. You gotta. I don't care if you got DUIs on it or whatever, but you gotta have a straight up license, man. Because like Dragon just said, you don't want to be rolling down the road, and the police look for any little thing to mess with us when we're rolling like that. They ought to. Here's the thing with the police, man. When they see 50 of us rolling together, they don't think that, oh, they must be going to the bike event that's like 10 miles away. No, they automatically think, ooh, they're rolling to go kill and murder a whole town. You know what I'm saying? So they automatically look at our shit and they're running every plate as they jump through every plate, which is why we always try to do 90 to 100 mile an hour, so the police can't just roll up on us like that.
And they got these machines that look at the plates now. They got these machines that read every plate in 3 seconds. Like,
yeah, they do, man. And you be going down the road, next thing you know, you get stopped. And that would be a situation, by the way, what we're talking about earlier, where we all get pulled. So say there's 50 of us, and we all get pulled over, and they're gonna pull in front of us, on the side of us, and behind us, because they're gonna follow us for a while until backup gets there. Because there's 50 of us. So when they pull us over, now there's 50 of us on the side of the highway or the side of the road, and the police gonna run up on you, and they will, at that point in time, they will walk up to just that one dude that came up dirty. And yeah, that is the time where we're all looking at each other going, well, what's going on with this motherfucker right here? And then we, now we're all ear hustling, and and now we're all finding out, he got a warrant, he's got a DUI, and we're all like, bro, we're gonna beat the shit out of him when we get to where we going, bro. I swear to God, man. So yeah, always make sure your shit's valid, and your stickers, make sure your shit's valid, and your stickers there. Matter of fact, I gotta get my sticker today now that I think about it. But yeah,
I recently arrived.
I'm talking a little too close to my mic. My bad.
Yeah, you gotta.
It happens.
Gotta be a fist away. I don't have a mic anymore.
A fist away, like that.
Yes, that's what the thing. That's the recommendation. A fist away.
I'd rather just be. I really feel high. Let's get it,
Motorcycle profiling surveys should be filled out by everyone. Yeah,
I actually don't know what the hell that is.
that's an abate thing, man. And the motorcycle profiling. There's a motorcycle program, so that's actually an abate thing. Man,
Oh, okay.
those roses there. Thank you so much. So you guys give us some likes so we can make sure to get some more folks in there that want to talk about Sergeant at Arms. Definitely true. Everyone in the pack should be completely legit. It keeps, man. I wish the pack could be completely legit. There's been so many times we've had to throw bros in the middle of the pack and surround them just to get them
Yeah.
up the street.
Yeah. I've done that a lot. I've been the guy in the middle too before. I got, you know what? So I got called out at it one time, man. And I wasn't even in a club at the time. I was just rolling with these dudes. And we were going on a run. And I literally just got through schooling the shit out of 3 young bucks in that club because I was respected with these brothers. And these 3 young bucks are just acting out of order, man. And I'm like over here checking them, you know, talking to them and shit, G checking them kind of. And one of the sergeant at arms of that club walked up and said, "Hey, bro, don't mean to interrupt you checking these young bucks, but you know your plates ain't right, right?" And I said, "Man, shut up, fool." I thought he was joking with me. And he's like, "No, for real, come here." And I walk over to the back of my bike, and my sticker wasn't up to date. And I said, "Ain't this about a bitch?" I'm like, "Well, I guess I'm in the middle of the pack." And they're like, "Yup." so yeah, I've been there before.
But it would be nice if everybody could be legit, man. That would be a
Yeah.
god, right? That would be like, oh wow, everybody's legit. That's so beautiful.
What's up, Austin Purdy? I'll see you over there. Ice
Correct.
cream club.
You're
Hey,
like
hey, I'll join the ice cream club. I'm an ice cream
16,000
guy.
likes. Let's try to get 16,000 likes before we get the hell out of here. I rode on one of my bikes for 2 years and never switched the title over.
I've done that before too. I don't lie.
Sergeant at Arms, is there a mandatory amount of time, of club time, to be elected? No, there's not. But you know,
No.
I really, I hate it when somebody
Right out, Prez.
they're not prepared for. Now, there are some guys that can come in and be a sergeant at arms in the first 4 months of being in a club. There are other guys that need 4 years. But especially when you're in like some big old national club and you want to run for regional sergeant at arms, you've been in the club 3 months. Like, hey, if you don't have any experience, look into your own heart and soul and say, I'm not ready. I'm not that guy. I'm okay. It's okay to wait. You can't be the national president in 4 months. Where are you going to go? You can't be the national president in 4 months. Where are you going to go after that? You know?
Right.
A lot of you guys, some of these guys make it seem so easy that you think it's easy because that's one of the problems with doing a job so well, that everyone thinks, oh, I can do it. Oh,
Yeah.
hell, Dad's doing it. He's no rocket scientist. Hell, I can do it. And actually, when it
Until
comes
their
to
phone rings like 57 times at 8 a.m. and then you got 37 missed calls at 8:08 a.m. and you got to deal with everybody's BS. Yeah, okay. Tell me how easy it is.
they don't know.
And by the way, I want to say something real quick. Hey, Mayhem in Florida, you friggin' jerk. I hope an alligator bites you right in your asshole, bro. Always messing with me about the Wisconsin weather. He up in Florida, man. He living life in the luxury out there. How's the weather treating me? I saw your comment, fucker. It's 42 degrees, bro. I'm in the house. That's how the weather's treating me right now.
Oh, no, it's a good 70, 80, not 80, but a good, you know.
Yeah. Whatever. Yeah. I got the guns out. Yeah, whatever.
Well, I didn't call them gun. When you're old, they're not guns anymore. They're bow and arrows.
You got the black powders out.
Yeah, the one shot. You got to reload with the
Fucking
rod
yeah.
ball and all that.
We got one less. We got one last fight in them. That's it. I'm saving it for a drive-through. 86 and sunny here. Yeah, man. You know what? I really do hope an alligator bites you in the pee hole. I sure do.
I went out for 15 minutes and it started raining in Charlotte. It rained. It rained here all night, but it was so beautiful this morning. Don't feel bad. Still cold in New England. Listen, I went to submarine school in New England. It is the coldest place on earth. It is. The rain falls sideways. It doesn't even fall. It comes down kind of like this. Like you're like, what the hell just happened to the rain? I've never been colder in my whole life. Listen, you want to know cold? Standing on top of a submarine, it's made out of HY80 steel. Standing on top of steel and steel cold boots, and it's 30 with the wind blowing minus 30. Like It doesn't get any colder until you put that cold rifle in your hands, and everything is cold around.
Yeah.
And it just it's bad.
And then that wet dampness gets into your bones. It's over with after that, bro. Over.
And then you spend 6 hours carrying this stuff. Like I thought only Army guys did this. This is ridiculous. I'm supposed to be in the Navy. What the hell is this?
Right. Yeah, screw that. I couldn't do that. Nope, not happening.
Hey, what's up, Hell's Eagle MC? Yeah, man, your brother stopped here at the Dragon's Lair. That it was really cool having him, man.
Hey, 60 grit, you ain't lying, man. Here in the Midwest, dude, it's been ridiculous, man. Like we had a 60, it was almost 70 degrees a few days ago, man. I was on my bike in a t-shirt, loving life. I'm like, come on, man, what the hell's going on here? And now it's been in the 40s for the last week. We got another 4 or 5 days to go in the 40s, and then we might hit 50s and 60s again. It's like, dude, man, I hate it here. I really do.
Hey, listen, I asked you guys for 16,000 likes. I got 17,000. I just want to say thanks. Appreciate that.
Boom.
So much, man.
Nice. Black Dragon, you're the best. Oh, you're just going to bypass the real one like he ain't shit, huh? Whatever, dude.
I'm the legend. You're the real one. The real one is the one. The legend
Yeah, but there couldn't be real ones without legends, man.
In New England, we know it can be sunny 1 minute and snow. Listen, I was stationed there. That place is hell. The summer is really just a real, true, only 2 months, like real. But the summer is so hot. Oh my God, the summer's so hot. Like you feel like you're like in South Florida somewhere. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful summer, and it's you're like, where did summer go? I was stationed in Harper's Ferry, Gales Ferry, which New London submarine base. I was in a place called oh my God, what was it called? Groton, we called it. And then I lived in Norwich, Connecticut, and I went up and down like Route 2. And when I would be driving to Norwich, man, I mean, it was just such a magical time in the 80s. But they had this huge sanatorium there full of all these crazy people. I mean, this thing was freaking huge. You would drive by that thing and look over there, and it was like one of them scary movies. You looked over there, and then people were walking around like zombies. And you were like, if my car breaks down right here and I go up to the door over there for help, I might not ever get out of there. And that thing is gone now. And I mean, Danny, it was so big, it took up 2 sides of the road, man.
Really?
And it looked like something out of Amityville Horror. And
oh wow.
now, and so when I went to go look at it on Google Map or Google Earth or whatever, he says we got different kind of zombies now. I went to go look at this on Google Maps, and it was like just one building, and I kept saying, I remember this thing being bigger than this. And then I went and read up on it, and they've torn a lot of it down. Is what happened. But that thing, I was always terrified because when I would stand in midwatch on the submarine base, and then I'd have to drive home, that 20, 30 miles or whatever it was, you got to pass by the sanatorium. The damn sanatorium was like 2 miles long or something.
Wow.
You had to pass by this thing, and you're driving by, and the name, and there's a lake. It's called Old Sanatorium Lake. I mean, it was terrifying. Holy moly, man! I don't want one. It was crazy.
That was too crazy, man.
Snow. That shit would snow, bro. And you got to be able to drive if you live in New England. That all of this stuff they do in Atlanta, they wouldn't make it. You got to be able to drive, man.
No.
Yeah,
no.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
That's crazy,
but I
man.
kind of miss the place. Well, I don't know much about how this live works. I mean, what does 19,000 likes mean? I don't even know that yet. So
it just means you got 19,000 likes. It don't mean a whole lot. It really don't. I've had 100,000 likes quite a few times, and you know what? It didn't change anything. It didn't do nothing for me.
100,000 likes? Holy moly! See, you're the real one.
Yeah, right.
Yo, is having kids really frowned upon when looking to join a 1%er MC?
Absolutely not. Man, y'all gotta understand something, man. To be a 1%er doesn't mean like you're not a human. I think a lot of people think that guys that hold diamonds are, these unhuman people. You know what I mean? Like, dude, 1%ers got families, they got kids, they got their own business, they work a union job, that like they're just your everyday guy. They live a certain way, that's all.
What was that just happened? What was that?
I don't know, but I'm upset I didn't get it. I have no idea what that was. I think that was a whole lot of money or something.
Oh, somebody sent a galaxy. Thank you.
Nice.
I don't really even know what the hell those are yet, but I'm learning. I know if you want.
Man, I haven't.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I've never got nothing like that. Good for you. See, that's why you're the legend. See, legends get galaxies. The real ones, we get them dumbass roses and some old bullshit.
You can't be like that. Every road, I'm thankful for every road.
I'm definitely like that.
8-year-old little girl, myself, I rock a diamond. So
yeah.
Somebody said $250. What? Is that what happened? That would be cool. Danny Dragon, good to see y'all. Hope y'all have a good Saturday. Man, I'm having a good Saturday. How about you, Danny?
You too, Bandit. Much respect, man. Yeah, I'm having a good Saturday. I'm getting ready to eat a bunch of good food tomorrow, too. So, yeah, much respect, Bandit.
Oh, he said whatever they sent, you're only going to get 3% of it.
Yeah. If they send you if they send you $300 gift, your ass is gonna get about $15. It's so sad on here. That's why I don't even care about the gifts, man. I mean I appreciate it when people send me gifts. Don't get me wrong, but yeah.
They say you got to have a gray beard to be a legend, Danny. So,
hey, man, I got gray in my beard. Hold up, I'm working on it. I'm getting there.
You're just the real one.
I still got some shit to learn. That's all. I don't want a gray beard.
No, you don't. No.
I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I'm thinking about dyeing my mustache because I got some gray spots in it that's like starting to look a little ridiculous. Danny's in training. Yes, sir, I am. I'm always in training.
Somebody asked to come on. Let's see who this is. Oh.
What's up, hater?
What up there, guys? How you all doing?
We all right. How you doing?
Good. Black Dragon, man. I'm still Dragons out of STL.
Hey, what's
Right
up?
on.
Hold on. Let me get this to come up to where I can
Absolutely right, man.
get this video up here. How that? What up, fellas?
What's up? What's up?
What's going on? Ah, man. I've been following you guys now for a while, especially you, Black Dragon. You, one guy that was doing that hating and bringing the race card in and all that bullshit.
Oh, you've been Chuck Giants, have you?
Oh,
Yeah.
that
And he can't even
douchebag.
spell. He can't even spell, man.
Oh,
That's the bad thing about it. He can't
Hey,
even spell.
whatever happened to that little douchebag Chuck Zimes?
he went off into the
Hopefully he-
football world.
Did he get like
Hopefully.
buried in the desert somewhere or what?
No,
Hopefully.
I think they somebody got in touch with him because he left the biker stuff alone.
I wonder who that could have been.
Probably well, never mind.
Yeah.
I think I watched all of the videos absolutely. Well, thank you, Lindsay. Thank you so much. If you watched all my videos, that's 1,000 videos. Holy moly! Thank you.
That's a lot of watch time right there.
That's that legend.
Beautiful and sunny out here.
Where you at?
Beautiful and sunny over here. Right now I'm in Ohio.
You are?
Right now I'm in Ohio. Yeah.
Dan, is that where you are? Aren't you up there?
No, I'm in Wisconsin now.
Oh, is there a difference?
Apparently a big difference.
North.
Apparently it's a big difference because it showed how late 70 and sunny here. I wish it was. I wouldn't be on here right now if it was. I'd be on the road right now.
It's way north of me. Wisconsin's above Chicago.
Yeah. Wish it was 70 here.
I follow you two down there. Up there in Wisconsin there. I follow you too, and some of the questions people ask about joining an MC club and 1% club. What's the 13 stand for? What's the diamond stand for?
Oh my God.
Bullshit that they ask. You know, my people are Sin City and Hell's Angel. So you know,
right
I run more with the 1%ers than I do even my own club. You know,
that happens a lot.
They want me to cross over to them, and you won't have to go through prospecting and all this and that and da. You just come over. I'm like, I ain't gonna leave. I'm not a patch jumper.
Right.
You know, we had a couple guys that wanted to join and everything else, and when they get up in front of the brothers and all that in the clubhouse and the meeting room, and we have church and all that, and we try to bring them in, and we ask them, hey, why do you want to be my brother? And the first thing they want to say is, I want that patch. Well, I'll smack the shit out of you. You want to chase a patch.
Right.
You know, that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
And we're not to clear it up for all of you guys out there that are following right now and watching this. We ain't a gang. It's a brotherhood. That's what it's all about. It's a brotherhood, and people need to realize that we do more good for America than the government does.
True
We're
story.
right there with them. but
True
we do
story.
more good for our neighborhood and our community than our government does. We got people out here starving, looking for work. I own my own company and everything, and I got more people that I find looking for work, that I just pick up off the street and give them a job. America don't do
Right.
that, regardless of what their background is and regardless of what's they're like, you know what I mean? And what they've done in their past and who they run with and who their family is. And people out
Right.
there just got to realize that MC Club and MC Lifestyle does better good than our own government.
I agree. I totally agree.
Yeah.
Black Dragon, I got to get down to North Carolina to that Dragon's Tail and get with you.
Oh yeah.
I was down there last year. And
I hear
we
you,
stayed
life in
down
the
there.
cut. I hear you.
We were down there last year, and we stayed there in Robbinsville, North Carolina. Got a house. Me and the Club Brothers got a house down there and rented it out for, I think we were down there for a week. And all it did was freaking rain. I just wanted to get on here and shout out to you. Yeah, you.
Hey, we should get life in the cut up in here real quick. Dragon.
Hater,
Yes, sir.
Are you telling me that a 1% motorcycle club tells you can come over there with no prospecting whatsoever?
Yeah, because they blessed us in, and we still have to, with them, with Sin City and Hell's Angels and all that. I just went to Indy a couple weeks ago, and they wanted to. I just moved over here to Ohio, and me moving over to Ohio, there's not a club here for me. My club brothers and all that are back over in Illinois, back over in Chicago, down south to St. Louis, Columbia, Missouri, and all that. I don't have a club brothers over here. And me riding over here by myself, there's more Hell's Angels over here. There's outlaws over here too. My cousin, and I'll do a little funny here. My cousin is an outlaw, and me being associated with Hell's Angels, he rides with his cut on, and I ride with mine. I'm like, man, you got to take yours off. You're gonna get me shot, you know. But yeah, they've offered it to me to where I wouldn't have to be a hang around. I wouldn't have to be anything like that. I'd just come right in.
Wow.
And you see that? See that, Black Dragon? See that right there?
Yeah.
That's a dragon.
Oh hell. Us dragon people got to keep dragging.
That's right, baby. Always a dragon.
I appreciate talking with you,
What's
man.
up, 1%er Chase?
I appreciate talking with you, man. Get out there and enjoy that sun, man.
I ain't gonna get out yet. I'm waiting on my cousin to get his butt ready. He's older. He's in his 50s.
That's not older.
Yeah,
Anyway,
it is. He's went downhill since he turned that 50 mark last year.
All right, man.
We'll let me hold on 1 second, Black Dragon. Let me show you something here. So if I'm ever down in North Carolina, you could and you see this on, and you could go through my my page too and see all my videos I made. I mean, I made videos with my cut on and everything else. So there's my cut, and if you see that cut, you'll know what to look for and who to look for.
Still dragons.
Yep. look for that cut if I'm down there. You see me, holler at me, and it'll be a pleasure to ride with you and chop it up with you.
Well, maybe we'll see you
You know?
rocking that diamond when you come down here.
I don't know. I might. I haven't decided yet. You know, I love the lifestyle and everything like that, but
Sometimes it can decide for you.
yeah, you're absolutely right. But I don't. You know, I moved over to Ohio, and all my brothers are back there in St. Louis. You know, and it's hard to give that up, man. Once you're a dragon, you're always a dragon. I can't give that dragon up.
I know what you mean, baby. I know what you mean.
I can't
All right.
can't get that dragon up, man.
Hey, we're gonna get out of here and move on. But it's nice talking with you. All right.
All right.
All right,
You
man.
too. You guys be safe, man.
Thanks for tuning in.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Dragon, we should get life in the cut on here real quick.
How do you do that?
I want to say I'm pretty sure he would love to come on here real quick.
How do I get him on here?
I don't know. Is he still in here? Life in the cut. You still in there? Comment real quick, bro. Yeah, that was interesting.
Senator Chase said something.
That was interesting.
Hey, look, yeah, we got New Zealand on.
I don't know if he's still in here or not.
Hello from Taranaki, New Zealand. Taranaki, I think. What's up, 1% Chase?
Very interesting. Yeah, Mayhem. Me too.
Hey, if you see one on him next month, don't say nothing when he slaps you in the mouth. What the hell say to me?
Oh, that's cute.
Our day's going great. I mean, what does that say about your character if you leave your brothers for a different set? Well, it just depends. Like, some guys are stepping up. Like, they find that, you know, I'm in a 99 and this is not my lifestyle. I love these guys. This is not my lifestyle. Yesterday, a dominant came and slapped one of them in the mouth, and hey, that ain't me. I can't live that way. So I need to move up. I need to move up with the mouth slappers. I can't do that, because I know if I'm myself in here, I'm gonna get my brothers hemmed up, and they're not about that. So it says that your character, actually, in that instance, you have a giving character, because instead of insisting on being who you are, you're going to move up to people that see things kind of like you and are ready for the smoke you bring. Other times, it just means that you are a lifeless piece of crap and low life.
You know, for me, I got a 2-club rule. If you join one club, and I've seen this a lot, so I've seen guys, they'll join a club, and that's the only club they knew. That's the club that they were brought up around or whatever. And they got involved in that club, and then they started seeing things they didn't like, and then they caught themselves hanging out with this other club a little more because, you know, he liked the way they run shit, how they run their organization and how they do things, you know, and you might get yourself in a position where you're like, you know what? I like these brothers more, man. You know, my brothers, I love them, but I don't like the way they do things. I don't like what they stand for or whatever. So that might be a reason why, you know, you'll flip over to another club. Or like Dragon just said, you'll step up. Like, you know, you might be in a 99, you might be in a riding club or whatever, or a support club, and you might decide, yo, you know what, I'm a little more serious than this, because that actually happened to me. I joined a small club where I was going to, and I prospected for about 12 minutes, like literally. And then I came to my senses real quick, and I'm like, you know what, I'm too serious for this kind of a club. So I stopped that, and then later on I ended up, you know, going into a bigger club. But so that's one other way too. But I have a 2 club rule, man. If you've been in 2 different clubs and you still haven't gotten your shit together and you haven't figured out what this life is about, then club life ain't for you. You know, I don't like the club hoppers that go from this club to that club to that club to this club. Like you get no respect from me on that note.
Agreed. I'm starting to get sleepy, man. It's time for my nap.
Yeah, I see you over there getting ready to go sleep on us over there, man. You know, if this ain't no private chat with me and you can't be going to sleep like you normally do, fool.
Don't tell people.
Oh, I'm telling people. I watch this man sleep, y'all, and he sleeps so cute.
Only people that really know me know that about me. Heartbeat.
He will go to sleep on your ass in a heartbeat for sure. He'd be sitting there talking, and all of a sudden, this boy just. You know what? I think that's a black thing, by the way, because I've had Big Cell damn near fall asleep on me too. You know what? I think it's black. Black people just don't give a damn. They go to sleep when they want to go to sleep. They don't give a shit. They don't care.
This for me too. So absolutely. But I will go on their ass. I don't have a problem doing it.
Ain't no shame. Yeah, I'm gonna bounce up out of here too, man. I gotta go get squares and shit. So,
1% Chase, appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Thank you. Hey, Danny.
Hey, much respect, everybody. Thanks for chatting along with us, and I'll see y'all on the next one.
Look at that! I got a crown.
Look at you, the king over here. Look at you, shit. Hey, you better not get off for a minute, bro. Let that keep going in there, man. Look at he loving you, man. 1% Chase. Hey, I'm about to go live right now. Send me some. Right on, man.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah. All right, brothers. I'll holler at you, man. I'll talk to you later, Dragon.
All right, Danny.
Let me see if I can't reconnect my speaker, my microphone now. You guys hear me? Am I back now to my normal voice? So, to end things off, we were talking about the sergeant at arms. We were talking about where the sergeant at arms comes from. The fact that the idea behind the sergeant at arms is antiquity. The position of the sergeant at arms comes from antiquity. The sergeant at arms was back around in the 1100s, fighting for the British crown, for the British sovereign. The idea of the sergeant at arms and what the sergeant at arms does and who the sergeant at arms is not new to motorcycle clubs. The idea of the function of the sergeant at arms, we're not new to this. Sergeant at arms have been running around. Sergeants at arms have been running around in motorcycle clubs or in organizations, armies, countries, citizenries, in legislative bodies and all kinds of different clubs and fraternities and sororities for in memoriam. They've been around forever, and their jobs have been around forever. Should the sergeant at arms be of military background? Doesn't have to be, but it doesn't hurt. Guys that have a good, strong military background really do flow well with how the sergeant at arms operates, especially in a constable kind of capacity within the motorcycle club. Someone who keeps order, keeps the laws, and protects the club. There are so many things about the sergeant at arms job, and I wanted to talk about it. That's why I started the broadcast. I wanted to talk to you guys about the history of the sergeant at arms, where it comes from, the duties of a sergeant at arms, to dispel some of the notions that folks believe, oh, no, a sergeant at arms is just the protector of the president. Actually, the sergeant at arms has 4 official capacities. One is legislative. Two, they have a historical capacity as a knight or armed officer in the service of the monarch or lord. Three, a sergeant at arms is also, you might see them appointed in the deliberative body. And fourth, a sergeant at arms is the third in line of succession to the presidency of the motorcycle club. So we spent some time doing this, man, and we're going to do some more of it. The sergeant at arms, really, really cool dude out there. Holds it down for the MC and is strong for the MC. And if you want that job, make sure you know how to do it. And this is not the only way you can find out that information. All the information I got in this book that I'm reading to you, that I wrote this book, I got all this information from study. You can study this stuff and find it out for yourself. You have one hell of a legacy as Sergeant at Arms and one hell of a responsibility. And I hope you guys learn it and do it well. I'm Black Dragon. Please like, share, and subscribe. I want to thank you for all of the subscribers that I've gotten in just the last 2 months. 23,000 subscribers and millions and millions of views. And I don't even know how that came about so quickly, but I just want to thank you, man. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the roses and all those things. I just want to say thank you for it all. I'm Black Dragon. That's my 2 cents. Love to hear your 2 cents in the comment section below. We will be having on Black Dragon Biker TV on YouTube, we'll be having this Sunday roundtable tomorrow. No, we won't. Tomorrow's Easter. We ain't doing nothing tomorrow. Just hanging out. So listen, Monday morning. Yeah, back Monday on Black Dragon Biker TV on YouTube. Back for our news show, Black Dragon Biker News Network, Biker News you can trust. And we are also Black Dragon Biker TV, YouTube, Black Dragon Biker on Facebook, Black Dragon Biker TV here on TikTok. The Dragon's Lair Motorcycle Chaos is our online podcast, man. Get with us. Thanks for tuning in. Love to hear your comments in the comment section. Thanks for tuning in and get skinny.